Okay, I wanted to do a little video to showcase all of my various Amiga ports. I've been doing ports to the Amiga for quite a few years now. I started off doing AGA ports because there was a real lack of AGA ports available at that time. That was about 15 years ago, I think. So I thought I would do a video because I've just got a PiStorm compute module 4, and this is kind of like the fastest Amiga accelerator, if you want to call it that, available. So I just got it running in RTG as well. I used to run everything in AGA, but now I've got it running in RTG. I thought I would show what it's capable of, the performance, and my RTG ports. I won't be showing any of my other ports, my AGA ports. So I think to start talking about machine setup, it's important you've got AHI set up for my ports. Version 4.18 is the version I recommend. You need to set up your actual device with what's appropriate, depending on obviously your machine speed. So I've got mine set up for 14-bit stereo because it's obviously quite fast, and then it also you need CAMD, the MIDI driver, if you are lucky enough to have an external MIDI device, which I'd also recommend, which you will see why, hopefully. So as far as machine setup, I haven't really had much time to set this workbench up. It's still very early days. I basically just copied all my games over from my hard drive, from my PC hard drive. I normally run WinUAE for development. And I set up AHI and CAMD, and that's about it. So some of these won't work, I'm sure. But we'll just, I guess we'll just see how we go. So, and I've also got the latest version of ScumVM. I've been doing ScumVM for many, many years, done AGA and OCS versions. This version hasn't been released yet. This is my latest version. I think this will be my last version of ScumVM. Kind of over it now. The difference with this version is it requires a 32-bit display. It uses 32-bit scalars, and it won't run on anything without a 32-bit screen mode available. Unlike the current version on Aminet, that will run on an 8-bit display. So anyway, so let's start with good old AmiDuke. I spent a lot of time on AmiDuke recently. This was a really horrible port originally. It was just kind of done as really as an STL kind of learning experiment for me about 20 years ago. It was based on the old Atari source code. And I also added some newer stuff from Chocolate Duke, and yeah, originally I wasn't even going to release it, but a few people in the community asked me to release it all those years ago, so I released it, and then I spent the past 10-15 years updating it, and now it's pretty good. It's not bad now. So so let's run this. I've got a Roland SC-55 hooked up. So most of these ports support MIDI, including this one. So if we look at the video setup, I'm running this 644 AD, which is the old PC Super VGA resolution. You can run most of these ports on the desktop in a window mode as well, which is nice. So yeah, let's give it a go. You can obviously go to a high resolution, but that will slow it down. I think this is a good resolution for this setup.
Dad, those alien bastards in that cave are shooting up my ride.
Have to do that. Kind of given. So as you can see, it runs very, very smoothly. Okay.
Dab on your ass.
Yes, so switch to full screen, I reckon. Yeah, so what other video modes have we got? So yeah, great game. A lot of fun. So yeah, hopefully it's working okay now for people. It was having a lot of trouble when you ran it on, if your desktop was less than 32 bits, it was having a lot of issues, which it shouldn't do because it only actually requires 8-bit. But I think that's fixed. The next one we'll do is OpenJune. This is obviously a port of June 2. This has been recently enhanced as well. It's got MIDI support using CAMD again. It's also now got the ability to set the MIDI volume, which is nice because before it was kind of a bit overpowering. Closed workbench is always good if you run it full screen and you're running 3.9. This is running 3.2, 3 by the way. What else have we got? Yeah, enhanced. This basically removes things like the copy protection and adds some other enhancements. It's always worth doing. Scale factor is basically the resolution, and then you can have different scalers. This is running HQ at the moment. I'll change this because it's still a bit slow. Even on this hardware, high quality is slow. It's using a 32-bit depth for high quality scaling. It's a bit too much at the moment. Scale 2x. So yeah, like I say, a lot of these games I've just copied over, so they may or may not work, but we'll see how we go.
Planet Arrakis.
So this game also supports the ability to run in a window, which is nice. So it's got like a shortcut, which is Alt and Enter, which a lot of these ports use similar shortcuts. So you can run it like that in a window, which is nice. You can drag the window around by doing the shortcut, which I've forgotten, but it is possible to release the mouse capture, and you can like move the window around. Great game. I love GM2. So we'll move on, otherwise we'll never get through all of these. I've done a ton of I have done a ton of Doom ports over the years. The first one I did was Boom, which is like a classic Doom port from back in the day. It's basically like the original Doom, but it's just been enhanced a bit, but not too much. It's very faithful to the original port. So I'll try it. It may or may not work. It doesn't look particularly hopeful. No, I think it's crashed. Okay, well, first casualty. So let's try a restart. I kind of thought that might happen. But anyway, when it runs, it's a good game. It probably doesn't have the WAD file or something that it requires. So I'll have a look at the setup, see if there's like an error log or something. All. Did it produce? A lot of my ports produce like an error text file, which is always good if something doesn't work. This one hasn't. This one's just crashed, it looks like. Maybe it doesn't even have a WAD file. Let's see. Yeah, it's not even. I don't think it's even got a WAD file. Nothing specified. Got 20 WAD there. Okay. So there is a WAD file, but it's not picking it up for some reason. So maybe if I uncomment this and see what happens. It'll probably crash again, but we'll try. It crashed again. Yeah, it's crashed again. Yeah, Boom is not happy. I'll have to have a look at that later, figure out what's going on. It's definitely compatible with the PiStorm. It's probably just because it's maybe I copied over a broken version or something, maybe a beta version. So we'll give up on Boom. I've got plenty more Doom ports to show you. I did also Boom's kind of successor, which is PR Boom. So it was based on the Boom source code and then enhanced. They did things like particle effects, stuff like that. So let's see if PR Boom works. Don't have PR Boom here. That's weird. Weird. Thought I had it. It's a bit hard for me to use the mouse because I've got the keyboard. It's not there. Oh, it's here. That's it. Yeah, it's a bit hard for me to use the mouse because the way I've got the camera, the Amiga is basically hanging off the desk, so I don't have much room. Anyway, let's see if this works. Oh, that's more promising. Got further than we did with Boom, anyway. Oh dear, what's going on? should really have tried some of these ports before I did the video. Anyway, doesn't matter. We'll carry on. AmiSpear. Let's see if AmiSpear works. AmiSpear is very, very old. A lot of these ports are very old actually. This was probably done like 10 years ago. When I originally did AmiWolf and AmiSpear, AmiWolf and AmiSpear are pretty much the same thing. AmiSpear is like a mission pack. The AmiWolf existed on it did exist on the Amiga, but it was basically useless. It was very slow, didn't have any sound, didn't have any music, and it was it was a bit of a joke really that the Amiga didn't have a good port of Wolfenstein, so I took it upon myself to do it. This is one of the few ports I did that actually runs on an 030. Most of my ports require an 060. This will even run actually on a standard Amiga with a memory expansion. That's actually all it needs. So yeah, let's see if it works, if it crashes. Oh, that didn't look good. Okay, what's broken about this one? I'm not going to edit this video. It's good for people to see that things don't work. Share files. Okay. So let's view by name. Oh, we've got an error at least. Oh yeah, okay. That's actually why Boom didn't work as well. Okay, I've realised why Boom didn't work. Some of my older ports require the sound library, the music library from the original ADoom port of Doom, and because this is a new system, I haven't actually installed the library yet. So that is why it's not happy. It's got MIDI instruments there, but no library. Whoops. So yeah, I probably do have the library somewhere. Don't have it here. Yeah, no. So yeah, that's the problem. I'm missing a library. So that means some of these old Doom ports won't work. Yeah, AmiWolf won't work. Chocolate. Can't remember if Chocolate used it or not. I don't think it does. So Chocolate is actually 4 ports. It's Doom, Hexen, Heretic, and Strife all together. I think these use separate music files. Yeah, they do. They use like OGG. Yeah. So I think this may notice I say may work. So let's try. Oh, I don't think it did. It died. Oh, that's alive. There it is. What I like about this port is that because it's a more modern Doom port, it has things like particle effects, which are very cool. And as you can see, it runs very good speed, which is nice. Put some sounds on. great game. All of these Doom ports I did support various different WAD files and custom WADs, even total conversions, so that's pretty cool. So I standardized all these Doom ports years ago, so that they all use tool types to set WAD file usage and all that kind of stuff. So basically they're all the same. So you tell it the actual WAD, and then all the kind of like conversion kind of what's in here, and the definitions all go in there. I used to play Back to Saturn a lot back in the day, which is just brilliant. I love Back to Saturn. I think it's actually here, Back to Saturn WAD. Yeah, it's probably my old settings when I used to play it. I think that's all you have to do. Yeah. Close Workbench, I found, or a lot of users have reported that Close Workbench is broken on Amiga OS 3.2. So if you're running 3.2, then I recommend people disable that until it's fixed. Maybe it'll be fixed next year in OS 3.3. If anyone's listening, see what happens. So anyway, let's try see if it runs Back to Saturn. No, I don't think it did. I think it got upset. Upset it. Oh, no, it's live. Brilliant mod. Total conversion, brilliant total conversion. Very good song. So good. So yeah, so like I say, it's also, this port's also got like Hexen and stuff like that. Heretic. Give Hexen a quick go. So all of these four Chocolate Duke games have their own setup, and you can do things like pretty sure, yeah, you can go to full screen, 640/480. What am I doing? Screen 640/480. I think that's it. No, I didn't do that. It's so hard to use the the computer like this. I don't recommend people perch their 1200s on the edge of a desk. Oh, it didn't work. That's weird. I remember I always had trouble with this actually making it save the settings. I'm not sure why. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's just my my ineptitude there. It's definitely possible to set it up to save those settings and make it run in full screen. What should we try next? I also did a port of Descent a long time ago again. This is like an enhanced Descent. It's way better than the original DOS Descent. Again, it supports MIDI playback and running in a window on your desktop and all that stuff. And it also supports these update packs, they call them. So this has been set up with the data files from the Mac version, which supported Super VGA. So and it also supports has the MIDI Roland SC-55 soundtrack data. So this is basically the best version of the original DOS Descent that you can get, and it runs it pretty well, I think. Love this game. It's even better with the joystick. I've only got the mouse hooked up at the moment. But yeah, you can see it's all Super VGA, so it looks like almost like OpenGL in the game. So yeah, that's how you do it. Yes. So I remember when I first ported this, I did it for AGA originally, and it was an 060 and it was dog slow, which is the same is true for my port of DOSBox. It was also basically unplayable. Descent was unplayable on AGA 060, but now with PiStorm, it's actually playable. It's actually very playable, as you can see, so that's cool. I also did a port of Ultima 7. Now this is quite old. It's very clunky actually. It does kind of work, or it used to kind of work. There is a new updated port. The master port's been updated, but it needs SDL2. So if I'm going to update this, I need to finish my SDL2 development library. So no promises, but if I get time, I'll try and update this. And the same is true actually for Syndicate. I also did Syndicate, which I can show you. This again, it's very clunky, but the newer kind of like master port is better. So again, it needs the SDL2. So if I finish my SDL2 library, then I'm hoping I can update both Ultima 7, which is Exalt, and FreeSync, which should make them a lot better. I think both of these ports support MIDI, like most of my other ports. Let's try it, see if it runs. Yeah, that's not particularly good. Yeah, I know what this is. This is it's because I've just basically copied it over and haven't updated any of the paths. So from memory, yeah, this has been a long time. See, it's looking for this path, and it will be not this. It will be games. Yeah, this computer has a different path to my WinUAE development box. Games. So we'll try. It may or may not work. Oh, that was it. Okay. I think that's the only place where you specify the paths. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. See if it works. Fingers crossed. So yeah, we'll move on, otherwise we're going to run out of time, I think. Yeah, I'll give a quick demo of FreeSynth, if this works. Yeah, no, not happy. Again, it's probably the pass. So yeah, just needs to be changed at games. So yeah, let's try that. Such a good game. Okay, that's not really going to work. Okay. I used to play this so much back in the day on my PC. This is obviously a PC port, like most of these ports. So just dive in. But yeah, it runs okay, but it's like the speed's great on the PiStorm. It's got the music and everything. It's got MIDI support, but it's very clunky. Needs updating. But hey, at least it worked. I'll take that as a bonus, as a positive. Okay. Oh, what's going on here? That's a bit weird. I think it's not happy. I'm just going to run the game over the top of it and see what happens. Let's try. let's try DOSBox. So this port's had a lot of updates recently. Now it supports 32-bit displays, it supports 32-bit scalars, like the upcoming ScumVM will. This has some kind of quirks to it that I can explain. So if you run a game, and it only really at the moment with PiStorm's current performance level, it will run like older PC games from around the early 90s, late 80s, mostly like the slower paced games, like point and click adventures and things like that, strategy games. It's not going to be as good for things like Doom or anything like that, because you need a lot more power. But hey, as PiStorm keeps increasing performance, eventually I assume that even Doom would be able to be playable on a PiStorm running DOSBox, which is pretty amazing if you think about it. But yeah, I'll demonstrate June 2 again. So this is obviously the PC version of June 2, unlike OpenJune, which is a port of June 2. This again supports running in a window, and it supports MIDI output. So yeah, if we run June 2, and what it's going to say is you need to adjust the cycles in a lot of these games. I know for a fact that this one, it tries to guess basically, and it's guessing 3000 cycles, which seems to be the default that it guesses. But you can fine tune with the F9, F10 keys, in combination with Alt. It's like a shortcut. And if you drop it down a bit, it seems to be happier. You can kind of tell by listening to the music when it's happy. So yeah, let's try and run this. Like this. Put music on. As you can see, it's basically running full speed, which is really cool. This was basically unplayable on 060.
Moving out. Reporting. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Moving out.
Awesome game. So, this, I don't know if you know DOSBox, but it's just basically like using DOS, so it's super easy to use. Like I say, this does actually support 32-bit scalars, so if you go through here, I can explain what this does as well. So this is a Amiga specific setting. So the idea is that if you don't want to use scalars, you just want to have like the maximum performance possible, you can set this love 8-bit to true, and it will try and use an 8-bit screen as long as you have your scalars set to none. At the moment this is using this. If you don't have that love 8-bit set to true, then it will basically running 32-bit mode, which will be heavier, slower. I like this scaler here. This is meant to represent scan lines, the 32-bit scaler. It looks good, I think, in a window. So let's try. And then up here you can say, you can say start in a window if you want, or you can just use the hotkeys. So you do need a 32-bit screen mode, like in use as your default for a lot of these scalers. So yeah, should probably restart. Because I've got some funky, funky colours with after Syndicate crashed. Anyway, so yeah, so let's run good old Daily Tentacle. If I can type. Tentacle. No, I can't spell. Tentacle. So again, you kind of need to adjust the, you do need to adjust the cycles to make it run like the best it can. So I'll just fine tune it.
Okay, we'll spread out commando style. Laverne, you go secure the area behind.
Do you see how the sound completely changed? When I dropped the cycles down to 1,735, it immediately picked up. So now it's running basically at full speed.
Where Dr. Fred is holding the tentacle.
This better not take too long. I've got an anatomy final tomorrow.
And you've got those nice imitation scan lines, which are pretty cool.
If I'm late, I don't get to touch the drums.
If I know Dr. Fred, he's got the tentacles tied up in his secret lab. Question is, where's his secret lab?
Another awesome game. I actually ported this to AGA about 20 years ago. I did like a native AGA port, which was cool. That was my first Amiga port, I remember.
A horticultural horror.
Certainly is. So I have to try and remember if I'm using DOSBox or ScumVM. I get confused. So this is DOSBox. So you quit like that. Yeah. So I also tried Wing Commander recently, and I had some success. Wing Commander 2 as well. So we'll try Wing Commander 2, I think. But to get the best performance, you really need to kind of play with these settings. But we'll try. Also, frame skip is probably beneficial for like games like Wing Commander 2, I guess. And also overclocking. Overclocking is always nice. It's always nice to have a few more cycles. So scalar none, yeah. Yeah, love 8-bit. So this will try and run it full screen in 8-bit screen mode without scalar, which should, in theory, be the fastest way to run DOSBox. So. But again, you really need to fine tune the settings as well, the cycles, to get the best performance. game. I don't have my joystick hooked up, so I won't attempt to actually play it. But yeah, it runs. Needs a bit more power though. So what I'll do is I'll reboot, because we've still got funky colours. I was hoping if I ran a game in full screen mode it would redraw the desktop and get rid of those colours, but no. So what I'll show next is the latest build of ScumVM. So this is currently in development. Like I say, this will be, I think, my last version of ScumVM. And yeah, this supports 32-bit, or requires actually a 32-bit display mode, and scalars as well. It uses scalars, which is nice, and again it uses MIDI. So this looks better straight away than the current Aminet release of ScumVM that I did, because it's running 32-bit color. Before I had to do color mapping from 16-bit to 8-bit, which is, it worked. It served its purpose for years. But obviously it doesn't look quite as nice as this. And now it's properly using all of these settings. So you have all these different scalars, you have all these different scaling factors, and yeah, you can set up, CAMD, MIDI, and all that good stuff. At the moment, I've only got a single game added, good old Day of the Tentacle. As you can see, this was built very recently, today actually. So yeah, let's give it a go. Add some sound.
Okay, we'll spread out commando style. Laverne, you go secure the area behind those double doors. Bogey, you take care of upstairs reconnaissance. I'll maintain command HQ here, in the lobby.
What are we looking for?
We've got to find where Dr. Fred is holding the tentacles.
This better not take too long. I've got an anatomy final tomorrow.
And I've got a show to set up later tonight. If I'm late, I don't get to test the drums.
If I know Dr. Fred, he's got the tentacles tied up in his secret lab. Question is, where's his secret lab?
So there you go. You can obviously run it in full screen as well if you want. So yeah, hopefully that'll be released in a few weeks. What else? Oh, I've got Quake. I've almost forgot about Quake. So yeah, I did a couple of Quake ports. I did the original Quake and Quake 2. Quake 2 was originally AGA only, and it was like the impossible port at the time. Nobody thought it was even possible to run it on 060, but it was possible, and yeah, turned out pretty good. So try and get this working. I don't know what's going on here. Not sure what this does about pass. I haven't run this for quite a while actually. Well, see if it works. It's chosen a very strange display mode. So let's go off of it. Why is it animated here? That's weird. it seems to work. Might need a bit of adjustment with the screen modes. I know you can adjust like particle effects and all that good stuff. So yeah, when I get time, I'll set it up properly. I also did Quake. Not sure if this is going to work. Let's give it a go. It's also doing some funky things with the video mode for some reason. I don't know what's going on. Poor old Amy Quake. Yeah. Oh, it's probably using my WinUE settings. That's why. Yeah. It's probably trying to load up a really weird. Yeah, there you see. It's loading up a weird RTG mode. Probably it's not even available. It's probably why Amy Quake was mucking around as well. So in theory, if I delete this, maybe it will open a better mode here, slightly better. No, still not happy. Quake's not happy. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, it does work. Actually, I seem to remember this is actually an old experimental version. So yeah, that's right. It's not working. What can I show next? I'll show my own game. So I kind of got fed up with doing ports. I decided to do my own game. So I did a Geometry Wars inspired shooter, and this actually uses OpenGL and 16-bit color. Yeah, so let's give it a go. Okay, so it's set to, okay, yeah, 32 channels. Oops, that's not a good start. Let's use the smart bomb. Let's get sucked into the black hole. Get this. Get a load of points if I can actually go through it. Oh! I didn't quite manage to go through it. So yeah, real skills on display. Anyway, so yeah, that's my own game that I did. Yeah, I think that's about it. I think that's all my ports that I've done today, apart from some of the more obscure ones that I've kind of lost the source code to, so can't really show those. I think we'll end on a demo. This is my favourite Amiga demo, I think. And it actually uses RTG, so you can actually run it on here. God, it's hard to use this mouse. I'm not normally this crap with a mouse. Okay.